Hello and welcome back to another video today here again on Forza Horizon 5 to show you some more Event Lab creations. So last week I looked at the four most popular Event Lab blueprints in Forza, which were quite simply amazing. There's no other way of describing them really. So today I thought I'd look at four more of the most popular Event Lab blueprints in the all-time greats tab of the blueprint events to see what some of the other most popular creations are like here in Forza Horizon 5. So just in case any of you don't know how to find these, you can find them by heading over to the Creative Hub tab here in the pause menu, going on Event Lab Blueprints, and then tabbing across to All-Time Greats. Unfortunately, as we found out last time, a lot of them are just skill and money farming methods, which is quite sad to see really, because that means people are more interested in their progress than actually enjoying the game. Anyway, we're going to ignore those and continue with some of the ones we haven't looked at yet, having looked at these three last week. We begin with Jungle Tumble, made by Arctic Rebel 78, which has had less plays than last week's routes, but still has a huge 154,802 plays at the time of recording. This is a compact cross-country circuit set among the ruins of Ekbalan, crossing over the boardwalks and splashing through passages beneath the ancient Acropolis. Now, as you may know, I generally don't like cross-country events, but with this one, as with Runway Rampage that I showcased last week, I did actually have a lot of fun lapping the circuit that Arctic Rebel has created here. It's a 3-lap blueprint set to clear weather in the afternoon in hot season and is restricted to the off-road category in B class. Secondly, let's take a look at the Guanajuato Canyon Special Stage, made by R-Style BR, which has had slightly more plays at 183,766 at the time of recording. It's described as having flat-out corners through windy roads at the bottom of the canyon to the tight roads of Guanajuato. This truly special stage has everything, and the Horizon Festival wants to put up a show to showcase the diversity of this route. This being the description given on the blueprint, I would never use the developer's favourite word to describe a track myself. Overall, it's quite a simple route along roads, apart from the start where it seems to have more balls than a blueprint I've made, which is quite hard to achieve. Yes, you can drive this road at night in free roam, but there's something about the rain in the dark and with the lighting that's been added around this route to give a great atmosphere, and driving it in this brilliant Singer was fantastic fun and a nice break from the usual fast-paced racing. It's an 8.4 mile sprint set to heavy precipitation, as you may have noticed, in the evening in wet season, and is restricted to any modern supercars, which, yes, for some reason the Singer counts as, although I'm quite pleased it does, because this was pretty much the perfect car for cruising through the canyon roads. It's such a brilliant thing to throw around in these wet conditions. Next up is the Greenstone National Circuit, made by SS Ebisu, which has had 196,920 plays at the time of recording. It's a fast-paced course that swoops from the tunnel atop the beautiful mountain cliffside to the towering skyscrapers in the city. Push your car and your skills to the limit. As you'll immediately notice, the tunnel in question is entirely built from scratch, and I love the curbing that has been made here as well, all around the track. As for the city itself, it is full of skyscrapers, which you'll know the main city in Mexico, Guanajuato, isn't. This city, therefore, is entirely made by Ebisu, as well as the tunnel and all of the curbing and everything else. This is such a spectacular creation, including a pit lane, which I always love to see included in these blueprints. It's a 3-lap blueprint set to clear weather at night in hot season with no car restrictions. If there was a version with more laps, I would almost definitely be using this in one of the future months' Doge Racing Series as our custom route. and we finished this week's Event Lab video with the Rural Backroads Drive made by Wanderer 2K19, which has had 247,800 plays at the time of recording this, making it by far the most played blueprint in today's video, at least. Obviously the ones last week had quite a lot more than that. It's described as just a nice drive, drift/grip track, which it is, to be fair. Some of you may remember I actually showed this route before in a very early Event Lab video, where I showcased several great driving roads that people had created. It's a 2.5 mile sprint, but has a roundabout, sort of, at either end, so you can drive it as many times as you like before completing the blueprint by driving through the finish line in the trees. It's set to cloudy weather in the afternoon in storm season, and with no car restrictions, which is why I again took the Singer, as it's such a nice car to drive when you're not trying to race, and is a stunning looking thing with an amazing attention to detail as well. So there we go, that is going to do it for a look at 4 more stunning Event Lab creations here on Forza Horizon 5. I hope you enjoyed some more of the most popular creations that we did take a look at today. As ever, do let me know what you think of them, but if you haven't already, I would highly recommend giving some of these a go. As ever, if you yourselves have created anything good in Event Lab, do make sure to head over to my Discord, which is linked in the description, where you can submit your creations on the custom track submission page for a chance for them to feature in a future Event Lab video, much like this one. If you don't have Discord, you can either put share codes in the comments or message me on Xbox to let me know what your share codes are for some of your blueprints. That, though, is going to be all for today's video, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.